Anger isn't the end of the story. Whether you've finally exploded or just swallowed it down for the 100th time, what comes next matters. Because anger, especially when it's held in and held onto, impacts not just your relationships, but your body. What you need after isn't just an apology or a reset. You need restoration. Welcome to the Body for Minds podcast, the show for ambitious mums who want to lead with clarity, presence, and connection to their body. If the last episode opened the door on the complex relationship ambitious mothers have with anger, this one takes us a step further into the body. We're talking about what happens after the argument, after the silent seethe, after the simmering undercurrent of resentment that's been building. Because here's the thing, anger doesn't just vanish, it lingers, especially when we've learned to swallow it whole. And as ambitious mothers who carry the weight of career, caregiving, and personal growth, we often experience anger not as a rare event, but as a steady undercurrent we don't feel allowed to name. This episode is for the woman who's done biting her tongue, or maybe she still bites it, but wants to understand the toll that takes. It's for the mother who's tired of feeling guilty for being human, for feeling rage. And here's the twist. Anger can also be a guide, a flare, a beacon pointing us to where our needs aren't being met. Anger often masks deeper feelings, disappointment, grief, fear, shame. But we can't identify those layers unless we actually feel through the anger. And the body, not just the brain, is our map. Our nervous system, muscle tension, gut response, they hold the cues to what's really going on underneath. So if we want to heal, to truly restore, we have to get curious about what our body is telling us, not just what we're trying to think our way out of. Let's talk about the cost of suppressed anger. Chronic stress and chronically suppressed anger elevate cortisol level, which over time can impair digestion, weaken immunity, and even alter brain function, particularly in areas related to memory and emotional regulation. Studies show that the long-term effects of unresolved emotional stress include increased levels of inflammatory cytokines, molecules that signal immune activity, but in chronic excess contribute to fatigue, autoimmune conditions, and heightened pain sensitivity. This isn't about a one-time incident. It's about what happens when we live in a cycle of emotional suppression. But what helps then? Let's look at some evidence-based repair options. There is good news. Psychosocial and somatic interventions have been shown to reduce pro-inflammatory cytokines and support the nervous and immune systems. In particular, practices like breathwork, mindfulness-based stress reduction, cognitive behavioral therapy, and somatic experiencing have been shown to downregulate the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, the HPA axis, our stress response system, and restore a sense of internal safety. And there are some somatic tools that I'd like to mention for restoration to get practical. Here are 3 tools to begin restoring safety and trust in the body after anger, whether it exploded outward or festered inward. Firstly, so-called root-down breathing. Imagine your breath as roots reaching into the ground with each exhale. Inhale gently through your nose for 4 counts. Exhale through pursed lips for 6. Repeat for 2 to 3 minutes to signal safety to your nervous system and rebalance cortisol. Secondly, you could do a 5-minute body check. Set a timer and gently scan your body from crown to toes. Notice areas of tension or numbness. Place a hand over your heart or belly and breathe into that space. No judgment, just presence, just noticing. Or lastly, you could use one of the following somatic journaling prompts. The first one being, what does restoration feel like in my body? So how do I feel when I feel safe, when I feel not angry? And how do I feel when I've released my anger, when I've felt it and dug down deep? Or an optional extension could also be, When I felt angry, what else was there underneath it? These micro moments of connection aren't just nice to haves. They are the groundwork of immune repair, emotional clarity, and deeper resilience. Healing after anger isn't just about repair, it's about reclaiming a relationship with your body, a relationship where you get to feel everything and still be whole, and not feeling shame for it. Anger isn't the enemy. Suppressing it without curiosity is. So next time the rage rises or sinks, remember, it's information, and your body knows what to do with it, if you let it. And something powerful happens when we give ourselves permission to truly feel our anger and explore what lies beneath. As I mentioned earlier, beneath the heat of anger, we often find other emotions: hurt, sadness, disappointment, fear, helplessness. But more importantly, we uncover unmet needs that have been ignored or pushed aside, probably for too long. Once we identify those needs, we can actually do something about them. We can communicate more clearly, set healthier boundaries, and care for ourselves in ways that reduce future frustration. In short, feeling through our anger not only helps us understand ourselves better, it also helps us feel less angry in the long run. Not only does this reduce the physical toll of suppressed anger, but it allows us to address the root causes. That doesn't mean you'll never feel angry again, of course, but it will feel less out of control, less shameful, and more grounded. Until next time, take a breath, feel your feet, and know that restoration is within reach. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love it if you took a moment to follow the podcast, leave a review, or share it with a fellow mama who might need it too. It helps so much and spreads the support.